Hey, did you use my toothbrush again? I'm sorry. You are unbelievable. Now, you'll have to make it up to me. Turn yourself into a horse. Lao Pei, a senior Enron executive, got caught having an affair with a stripper. His wife divorced him, and he was directed by court order to sell off all stocks and give half to his wife, leaving him with $280 million. He bought an enormous piece of Colorado, married the stripper, and then disappeared into obscurity. When Enron started to collapse, other execs sold off their stock when they knew it would crash, and most of them were jailed for it. Is this the luckiest guy ever? Without strippers he'd be $280 million poorer and in prison. My son stayed home on New Year Eve so he could spend time with his big sister. Job application. After weeks of consideration, we have decided to go with another candidate who is better suited to our needs at this time. It was noted during your interviews, you told both our recruiter and the hiring manager that they wasted your time because they were late, and you took time off from work just to hear a lowball offer, and that we should have posted the salary range in the job description. We told you that we do this so people won't apply just for the money. After which you replied, what money? Thank you for your time and consideration. My 29F boyfriend 29M keeps getting into fights with the cook at Waffle House. This is the crazy part. My boyfriend keeps going back and ordering eggs and getting into fist fights with the same cook. It's almost a ritual at this point. My boyfriend orders runny eggs, the cook serves him some other version of eggs, and then they beat the shit out of each other. I quit going with him after the second fight, but he kept going by himself. They're like Peter and the giant chicken from Family Guy. It's the weirdest thing. They physically fought like 6 or 7 times over this. I've tried to talk to him about it a few times, but he keeps saying it's a matter of principle. I've told him to talk to the manager or something like that, but he just waves me off. Apparently that cook hasn't yet made him the correct runny eggs, but it's like he spends the week learning new ways of preparing eggs to piss my boyfriend off. When guys show you a YouTube video, you have to understand that's a sign of great respect in their culture. 90% of men are ugly and 90% of women are pretty. Sorry, we are both in the 10%. Study finds 100% of men would immediately leave their desk job if asked to join an interstellar space militia with no promise of glory or riches. We broke up literally a year ago. Can you please stop playing chess with my dad on Messenger? It's disgusting. Just because I lost the queen doesn't mean I give up the king. Elderly neighbor's air cooler went out. Company wanted $385 for a $15 capacitor. I have 3 and fixed it for free. Now she's baking brownies for me. Dentist said I grind in my sleep. He wheel as duck for that. How come men never have a favorite color when you ask them what it is? Men have favorite colors, it's just. Girls, should we invite Sarah? No, we only know her for 6 months. Boys, who is this? I don't know. I just found him on the street and thought he could come. Girls buying shampoo. It has vitamins, rich oil, proteins for my hair and a good perfume. Boys, blue is my favorite color, so let's buy the blue one. I told my son that he could live with us after college. He had to pay rent. After 16 months, he moved out today. I showed up at his new apartment and gave him all of the rent back. He was a very happy young man. Mama, I found your old toys, can I keep it? Oh, yeah, sure. Give it back now. My neighbors are too low income to afford a Wi-Fi connection and too proud to use mine. So I renamed mine Free Council Wi-Fi and told them I had read about it and what the password was. My neighbor is now halfway through an online college qualification and I'm so proud of her. Guy responding to how's it going severity scale. Not bad as bad. Can't complain as week's ruined. It's going his worst day of life yet. Another day in paradise is said while purchasing cigarettes for the first time in 2 years. You know is, will be driving home in the wrong lane. I hope this kid got an A. Defend your answer. Answer. Sarge, I don't know how much longer we can hold them. Guy at my friend's office went on vacation and never came back. Deleted all social media. Never emailed anyone. It's been 2 weeks since he was supposed to come back from Italy and he's just gone. Living the dream. Grown ass men outside my apartment right now racing each other on foot at 4 in the morning. You right now. Girls, I know she's my best friend, but I still don't trust her. Boys, after 1 day of friendship. Macho men are ruining science by volunteering for pain studies to show how strong they are. Men pick up a few games, movies, and songs they liked when they were 15 to 25 and then don't consume any other new media ever again. Girls, oh no, I don't have anything to wear. Boys, 2002, 2004, 2007, 2022. Son, even if the date goes bad, accompany her to the metro to make sure she goes back home safe. Yes, father. Husband found a parking spot right in front of the packed aquarium today and immediately was like, this is a parking spot you'll remember forever, and has managed to talk about it all day. Has also said how about the parking spot though about 30 times so far. Back in uni, a girl mocked my presentation one time, so I searched for her group and asked the topic they were presenting on. I spent 4 days researching on it and asked her so many questions like it was common knowledge that she cried. Stay blessed, precious one. My son's receiving radiation treatment and is going through a tough time. I showed him one of my favorite childhood shows and it's safe to say he's enjoying it. I'm just happy I could provide some sort of relief. I found this cool rock while on a hike and I brought it home to show my girlfriend. She got mad at me. I know the boys will back me up on this one. A heartwarming story from Fukuoka, where a 26-year-old foreign technical intern from the Philippines, who was fishing, jumped into the ocean to save a 6-year-old boy who'd fallen in. When the parents asked the man his name and offered a reward, he replied, "I'm not anyone important," and went home. 18 months later, and 115 pounds down. Don't let anyone limit you, and most importantly never limit yourself. My little brother texted me this at 3 AM. Why do girls your age have Greek life in their bio, but don't understand the geopolitical structure of the Aegean Sea or the crucial role Greek played in the war against Mussolini and the rest of the Axis? I was 13 years old on this app seeing someone's lame ass new apartment post saying I did it boys. Well, I'm 23 and I did it boys. I have the biggest crush on my husband. I know people are going to come here and be like, well yeah, it's your husband, like obviously I love him. But there's a difference in loving someone and having a crush on them. And I have a crush on my husband. 8 years we've been together, 8 years. And I still can't stop staring at him and thinking he's the most handsome guy. And when he stares back I still get butterflies and feel myself blush. He makes me giddy and nervous. Not nervous in a bad way, but nervous in a I just want him to lean in and kiss me kinda way. Like a my phone bust and I hope it's him kinda way. And when we go out, I find myself struggling to find the perfect outfit because I want to look just right and I'll spend forever curling my hair till it's perfect. I don't know. I know I'm being gushy, but I don't really care. He's currently working on some paperwork and I'm sitting in the room with him. We haven't said anything, but I can't stop glancing up at him from my phone and just wondering how, out of all people, I get to be his wife. I married that guy. How awesome is that? Ex-soldier raids an animal shelter with assault rifle in full tactical gear to get cat back. NFL Draft Day 2004. This was probably the peak of men. No phones. One standard definition TV. Pizza. Nothing but some dudes living in the moment. The masculine urge to not tell anybody a goddamn thing. Man legally changes his gender to identify as a woman so he can retire 5 years earlier in Argentina. Someone was under your car last night trying to steal your catalytic converter, but I shot him with my BB gun. Twice. You're welcome. If I were you, I would get something like the cat strap or some deterrent, so it doesn't get stolen in the future. I won't always be there to snipe the bad guys. You friendly neighbor. My 8th grade daughter is having a sleepover tonight. Her 7th grade brother, who always wears hoodies, smells like you'd expect, and spends most of his time in his gaming loft, is currently downstairs playing games with them in a wife beater while reeking of polo sport. Lost 200 pounds in a year through fasting and walking, then crushed my fear of working out around others at the gym. Local museum posts image of a 1965 school desk inscribed with Benny and Linda. Benny responds in comments, "Yes, I carved that sitting in the auditorium of Central High School my freshman year before leaving for LaSalle. Linda and I are still together after having 3 wonderful girls and 50 years of marriage. Told my friends in 4th grade I was going to marry Linda and here we are heading for 51 years together on August 1st. Smartest thing I ever did in my life was marry this kind and pretty lady. Thanks for sharing." Wait, boys have fake scenarios of them saving people. I bet he's thinking about boobs or something gross. Man, I'd die fighting to save my brothers if necessary. I can't believe I sent my dad a picture of me at Santa Monica Pier and his response was his GTA character at the same place. Trying to figure out how my husband knows about Bitcoin, crypto, economics, sports, intermittent fasting, inflation, interest rates, etc. but never knows when and why I'm upset. High school quarterback keeps his promise from 7 years ago. Takes his friend with Down syndrome to prom. California man gets $900,000 settlement for psychological torture during 17-hour police interrogation. Detectives in Fontana, California, told Thomas Perez Jr. that his father was dead and that he killed him. Neither was true. So yesterday I put a 9-year-old girl on the stand to tell a jury about how her dad molested her. Later, back at our office, she gave me a smiley face sticker and told me I did a good job. This is the most important award I have ever received in my entire career. This is what winning looks like. US ranchers have raised $300 million to build their own meat processing plant, confronting the powerful 4 corporations who control US beef. Dr. Barry J. Marshall was convinced that H. pylori bacteria causes stomach ulcers, but no one believed him. Since it was illegal to test his theory on humans, he drank the bacteria himself, developed ulcers within days, treated them with antibiotics, and went on to win a Nobel Prize. My little sister went on a date with a young farmer tonight. He decided to gift her a 12-kilogram wheel of cheese. Father who shot down drone hovering over his house as his daughter's son bathes is arrested and charged, sparking new privacy debate. I'm going in. I frigging deserve this. When the doctor says you're cancer free, it's a bit emotional. Time to celebrate. When you absolutely ducking, refuse to give up. My 2 best friends in the world. Just raw dogged a 7-hour flight. New personal best. No headphones. No movie. No water. Nothing. Incredible. The power of my mind knows no bounds. I golfed with a hilarious 78-year-old man, and he was dishing out life tips the whole time. The most don't give a duck guy I've ever met. He tells me after the round, don't talk to me in the parking lot. My wife is picking me up, and she thinks I went deaf 5 years ago. What a legend. Men will literally restore a coal-fired steam engine then operate it unpaid in their spare time instead of going to therapy. 1st Gen, 1989, me, my dad, and my grandpa playing Zelda on NES. 2nd Gen, my son, me, and my dad playing Zelda on NES on Switch. In studies of lottery winners, Lyman Stone writes, researchers found that men seem to use their newfound resources to build families, while women use them to exit families. What can this teach us about wealth, fertility, and what men and women want? Man who's obsessed with becoming a dad loses nearly half his 434-pound body weight on a carnivore diet consisting of meat, eggs and dairy to improve his fertility. I saved his life, but little does he know he saved mine too. They don't call dogs man's best friend for nothing. Happy birthday to the best dog in the world. I got this new whip and my girlfriend sent it to her group chat and they all were making fun of me. I have a feeling the boys will back up my purchase. In 4 hours I just completed 81% of a project a manager said would take until next fall. What do I do? Should I tell my boss and get good boy points or just sit on it and chill for the next 6 months? My son was having nightmares after watching The Lion King, so I painted him a portrait of me absolutely starching the evil lion. Perfect stick or perfect rock, which one you taking? Noticed I already had most of the stuff, so decided I would just buy the shirt to complete it. My girlfriend said she'd break up with me if I rescued this dog that was found a couple blocks from our house. It's been a year and now I'm single with a perfectly healthy pup. Will you spot me? Sure thing. Guys spotting other guys. I want you to spot me, but if you for any reason touch the bar before it is necessary, I will see to it that your bloodline is no more. Completely understandable. Japanese politician says sorry for doing pull-ups on a train after downing 3 to 4 beers. Man who kept his boat beside his house was ordered from the city to put up a fence to hide the boat from view. So he built the fence and hired someone to paint it. Extremely sus of any man in their mid-20s to 30s who doesn't play a map-based strategy game. Like how the duck do you get through life without occasionally taking the edge off by moving soldiers around on a map. Just volunteered my seat twice on Delta and got $2,000 and $3,000 on the same day. I just wanted to share this with someone. They wanted volunteers to give up their seat for an overbooked flight this afternoon. I run to the gate and me and an old lady got $2,000 each. They scheduled us for the night flight. We waited together the whole time and we actually sat together in the flight. We also discussed that if they need volunteers again we are gonna take it. As soon as we sat down, I heard the microphone about volunteers. I said I'm doing it. I ran and got $3,000. One other guy came also, but I was first. I'm so happy as I have student loans and just wanted to share it with someone. Anyone here just goes out at night and fights people? My life was boring as duck, so I started going out and just fighting people. I started putting on a ski mask and at first it was only homeless people, then it evolved to high school kids and now I'm picking fights with grown men. I even have a nemesis. I beat up the same guy a couple times, found out where he works, so I catch him off guard after he gets off work. He's been posting on Facebook about catching me at night and giving me what I deserve. Dude drives around at night with a shotgun trying to kill me. My life is so much more exciting now. Am I crazy for doing this? Men can hang around like this for hours and not even ask each other's names. I've been working for Little Caesar since 1998 and always said one day I would own one. It took longer than I had planned, but today I can officially say I own a franchise Little Caesars location. I'm so excited for what this is going to do for my family and what we'll be able to do for the families working with us. Our fearless rooster, Andre, was killed in the line of duty this week. He fought off a raccoon long enough for us to intervene, but he didn't make it. Not a single chicken was lost. He was their protector, a hero. He will be sorely missed. My heart is heavy. R.I.P. Sweet Prince. Girlfriend told me she'd break up with me if I put one of these in our front yard. Guess who's single and bought enough of these bad boys to recreate Easter Island? Korean War veteran reunites with lost first love after 70 years in 1953. Doonman and Peggy Yamaguchi started planning their lives together before the end of the Korean War tore them apart. In 2017, a dog named Odin refused to leave his flock of goats behind during the California Tubbs fire as his owners fled to safety. Days later, the owners came back to their property to find Odin survived. He had managed to keep all the goats alive as well as some small deer that had joined the flock. Michelle Brock 9936 sees rainbow. My brain, gay.